What? I have the thought of for the day.
Hey, surprise, surprise.
Thought of the day or thought
For the day.
Yeah,
We have to do for the day.
that's what I thought too. Here's the thing. Sometimes we have to go out of our way to value another person. So we have to kind of travel the distance. You know, they say that we teach children that they're valuable by valuing them, not by insisting that somehow they prove their value. Certainly that's how God operates, and that's how we want to live as well. Last week I was on the road, and homie texted me, "Where you at?" And I said, "I'm at Yale." And he texted back, "Damn," like that with a whole bunch of A's, you know, "Damn." And then he adds, "That's a known college." I said, "Well, yes it is." So I was speaking at that known college, and a woman came up to me, and she reminded me of a story I guess I had told, and I hadn't told for a while. I hadn't thought of it in a long time, so I'm going to tell it today. So about 20 years ago, I was saying Mass at Camp Page on a Sunday, which is one of the camps in the detention facilities in the county. And there was a kid named Rigo who was going to make his first communion. So, you know, the volunteers rustled up a white shirt and a thin black tie, and they said he has to go to confession, you know. So I walk him up to this little hill and alone, away from everybody. And, you know, I mainly wanted to know stuff about him. And so I asked him some questions. I said, you know, your dad? He said, well, he was never in our lives. Heroin addict, and he would beat my mom and all of us, and mainly in prison most of the time. He was never there. And then you could tell that some slide appeared, that he remembered something, and he said, I was in the 4th grade, and they sent me home. I got into trouble. I don't know what I can't remember what I did. But I went home, and my father was there, and he was never there. And he said, how come they threw you out of school? And because my dad always beat all of us, I said, if I tell you, you promise you won't beat me. And the father said, I'm your father. Of course I'm not going to hit you. And then nothing prepared me for what he did next. He just exploded in sobs and wailing. It was like I'd never seen anything quite like this. In fact, he was doubled over just to kind of bear the weight of his tears. And I put my arm around him, but he just couldn't be consoled. And when he finally stood up and regained his speech, he said through his tears, he beat me with a pipe. With a pipe. And then he cried some more. And then when he finally calmed down, I said, and your mom? And then he pointed down to the door of the gym, and there was this tiny little woman there, and he said, that's her right there. There's nobody quite like her. She visits me every Sunday. And then he looks at me and he says, you know how many buses she takes to visit my sorry ass? And then again, he sobs just like he had before, and he's wailing. And when he can finally speak, he says, 7 buses. She takes 7 buses. Imagine. Well, sometimes we have to go out of our way. We have to travel some distance to find the person in this building who needs you to value him or her, to pull the favor right out of them so that together we all feel favorable. Sometimes you have to travel. Sometimes you have to go out of your way. Sometimes you have to be willing to take 7 buses. Imagine.